Hey guys, Teacher Krista, nice to see you again. I'm here in my classroom in my basement that I spend my mornings and some of my evenings in if I'm teaching. But today I specifically want to talk to you guys about something that's really important, and as a potential online ESL teacher, you've probably asked yourself, can I make money at this? You can. You definitely can make money doing this. Okay, so I want to give you a little backstory. I want to introduce myself again. My name is Teacher Krista, and I want to help you get into this industry and, teach some children in China to speak English. And you can do it from anywhere. Okay, that's the beauty of this industry. If you have a laptop, most companies require a laptop, and you have your bachelor's degree, you are a native English speaker, and you love to work with children and you have a little bit of experience working or volunteering with children, then you can get into this industry. My little backstory of my background, I've been with the two companies that I teach with for 2 years. So I have went through their hiring process and I followed all of their changes that they make as they work their business. But so I know what's going on with the companies that I work with, and I would love to have you get into this industry. So as I said, I'm sure you're asking yourself, can I make money doing this? You can, okay? I don't want to get too personal, but I last year, 2 years ago, 2018, I made around $13,000 purely from teaching children English in China. From my basement, typically in my pajamas, and, just talking with these kids. I was able to work with the two companies that I work with and work out a schedule that worked for me. What I made is what worked for me. Some people make a lot more than that. I teach typically, well, when I started it was a little slower, so it took a little bit of time to get to a consistent schedule. But, I typically work around like 5 a.m. to about, at the latest right now, 7 a.m. So 2 hours in the morning, that can be Monday through Sunday. I can do that. And then during special times of the year in China, kids are home during their day, which is evening here. So some of the companies open up evening hours and you can teach during our evening here to them during their day when they're not in school. So there are certain periods throughout the year where you can get some more hours in the evening, which I tend to jump on if they're available. So, so that's an option too, which is a great piece of flexibility in this type of industry. This past year, 2019, I think I made about the same. I cut back a little bit because there were periods of time. I didn't work as many Friday, Saturday evenings that I did the first year I was doing it, just to fit in more family time or what have you. But so I made a little bit less, but I was around like $12,500 for the year. So I mean, doing this in the mornings, and then I get my days to hang out with my family and my kids and take them where they need to go and work these classes into what works for me. I mean, that is such a great job. I mean, and it is a job, and I love it. And you get to spend time with these kids in the 25-minute to 30-minute classes that you teach. And, it's really rewarding. It brought my love of teaching back. So, the money, you can do it. There are many possibilities. Most companies, the two I work for, there's a base rate, and then you have incentives on top of that. For a completed class, you might be able to get another dollar if you teach a certain amount of classes. You can also get another dollar for, class completion. And then if you do good in the class, if you're rated well, then you can get another dollar. So For my experience, there's an average of about a $2 incentive to do well. You want to do really well when you're teaching, and you want to make sure that you teach the classes that you say you're going to be available for. But that's all up to you. If you want to, if you are going to be available, then be available. Now, things happen, and the companies understand that. There are means if you, if your child's sick, or, there are ways to cancel if you have to. Some companies are a little bit more understanding than others. And if that's, a big priority to you, then you definitely want to, take a look at what the company policies are. And I can help you figure that out. I can help you figure out what company might be best for you. Okay? But money. There is money to be made. And as you do it more, there are different incentive programs out there. Maybe, you can become a mentor. Maybe you can become a mock class teacher. There's different things out there that different companies provide. I can help you figure that out. I would love to get you started in this industry. There is so much potential here. There's not a lot of upfront costs. I mean, I had to buy some props just because as I was at the dollar store, that's where I get a lot of them. I grab things here or there. It's just very incidental, like startup costs to get going. If you already have a computer, a laptop, some companies don't use iPads, so you just have to know what they allow. But if they allow an iPad, you can definitely use an iPad. That's really it. A headset, okay? You need to have a headset. You can get those at Walmart. You want decent ones. You want one that you can have a mute on. That's definitely beneficial. But that's really it. That's really it. And then you can just get things as you go. But the beauty of it, when you do your taxes, there are write-offs. You do have some deductions when you're doing this independent contractor type of work, and you would want to talk to your accountant about that. But there are things that, to take into consideration. To do a good job, you might need a few different things than you might have, but you can make money. So hourly, it depends. There's a range. I can't give you a specific because for some companies, when you do your demo class and your mock classes, you get your base pay after that. It could be different for each person depending how well you do in that interview class. But the beginning rate, the lowest I've kind of seen is maybe like $7.40 per class. So you're already at about $14.50 per hour. Okay, and then you can get on a higher range. Some people start around $9 per class. So, and then you add on the incentives, which could be up to $2. So then you're at about $9.50 to about $10 or $11 per class. So, I mean, you're looking at possibly about $16 to about $22 an hour. That's awesome. Now, some companies, they pay all of their teachers one base rate, okay? But then they have incentives on top of that. You can see a range there from about $16 to $20 as well per hour. So if you think about that, I mean, you're at home, you're in your comfortable clothing, you don't have to travel anywhere, and that money is in your pocket when you've earned it and you've taught the classes. So it's there and it can be done. Typical hours, because China at this time is 13 hours ahead of us. When we get into daylight savings, they will be 12 hours ahead of us. So their daytime is our evening. Our mornings are their evenings, okay? So that's why the morning hours are definitely available for all ESL companies that are working with children in China. So I teach, like I said, about 5 a.m. until about 7 a.m. But you can, I mean, the hot times are right now, they are like 6 to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, that's all Eastern Standard Time. Those are the hot hours in the morning. Right now there's a lot of evening hours because of, unfortunately, all of the viruses that are going, well, the virus that's going on in China. A lot of the kids have extended breaks because it was Chinese New Year, and then into their spring festival. So their vacations are extended, so there's a lot more evening hours because the Chinese children are at home. So you typically during the regular teaching schedule time of year, most companies start their hours in the evening on Fridays and Saturdays, okay, because that's Saturday and Sunday in China. On Friday and Saturday, the typical evening hours run right around like 7:30 until, with one company, it's until about 10:40, 10:50, around that time frame. So that's a time range. Then there are other companies that have, when it comes to the weekend, you can work around the clock if you choose to. They open hours at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can run all the way until basically Sunday morning, around like 8 a.m. So there are open hours for some companies, not all, but some that you can choose to open if you would like to work at, 1 in the morning. That's right now, that is 2 o'clock in China in the afternoon. If you're doing 1 a.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. in the afternoon in China. There could be a child that would like to take a lesson at that time. That is the beauty of this industry. You can choose to teach when it works for you. So, there is money to be made, and it's a very fair pay scale, in my opinion. It has helped me, with my children's activities. They can do different things, and I have that disposable income to do that stuff with them. So this is a really great opportunity for you to jump in and, maybe hit some of those financial goals that you want to hit, or whether it's just, vacation money for you. Maybe you really want to go somewhere. Jump in, use the flexibility to your advantage, and, enjoy engaging with these children. But the money is there. If you would like some help to do that, I would love to help you out. Okay? Let's see here. My YouTube channel is... My YouTube channel is not on here, but it is Online Teaching with Teacher Krista. Okay. Let's see what else I have. My Facebook page is Online ESL Teaching with Teacher Krista, so you can go into Facebook and check that out. My email is onlineeslteacherkrista@gmail.com. Please email me. I would love to find out your background, and I would love to help you get into this industry. And that is it. Oh, I also have an Instagram account, so you can visit me on Instagram, at Online Teacher Krista. Make sure you put the number 7 at the end. That's how you can find me, to follow me there. And that is it, you guys. Come take this journey. I really want to help you out. Okay? Reach out to me. I'm here. I'd love to help you meet your goals.